Some of you desperately need to reframe the way you think about book to film adaptations. This is in response to Wuthering Heights discourse, but it's not about the Wuthering Heights movie that's coming out. I haven't seen it yet. Jury's still out on if I'm gonna like it, so don't mistake this for me defending it because I have not seen it. However, what I have seen said about it in the months leading up to its release feel less about the film itself and some people's deep connection to it, more about the general bad faith criticism I see every time there's a major film adaptation of a beloved book. We did this with Frankenstein last year. We did this with Greta Gerwig's Little Women a few years ago. We did this with The Great Gatsby in 2013. So I just want to correct some of the mindsets that I'm seeing fueling these bad faith critiques. First of all, books, novels, classic literature is not an inherently superior medium to film. Books are not by default smarter and more deep, and movies are not by default dumber. People who prefer to read versus going to the movies are not by default smarter. And before people who got superiority complexes by paying bare minimum attention in English class get up in arms, I'm a professional writer. It's not me putting down the written word. Second of all, cinema and literature are completely different mediums. They have a totally different storytelling language. What works for getting a point and a message and a story across on a page is not nearly the same as what's going to get that same point across on the screen. For a book to film adaptation to work, changes have to be made. It is not going to look exactly as it did in your head when you read the book. Speaking of whatever happened in your head, your personal interpretation is not God here. It is entirely possible for different people to have different takeaways from a text, and for those takeaways to be valid interpretations and not be betrayals of the text. Especially with these well-known stories that have been around forever, new interpretations are critical for making a new adaptation worthy of existence in the first place. Again, I have not seen the new Wuthering Heights. I don't know if I'm going to like it, but it does not bother me on its face that Emerald Fennell is taking a different approach with it. Because if she was going to do something that had already been done, then what's the point? And my last point is to the people who clutch their pearls over authorial intent. Remember when I said that a text could mean different things to different people? Well, time and historical context can play a role in that. We have absolutely seen classic stories mean different things to the public at large based on what they needed to be at that moment. Victor Hugo's The Hunchback of Notre Dame is a great example of this. So if you're going to go see this new Wuthering Heights, it's obviously fair game to not like it or critique it. There are certainly changes from the book that would be insulting and inappropriate, but between this movie or the 1939 version, if you're checking that out, or any other adaptation of this book, if the only reason you're coming for its neck is that it's not exactly like the novel and how you pictured it in your head and what it means to you, that's not good faith critique. There's nothing intellectual about that critique, and you need to step out of film criticism circles if you don't like film to begin with, to be quite honest.